It's got to be a tough one to explain when you drop a 3-0 lead like that. What happened there?
Just a tale of two games, really. Everything we did well in the first was thrown out the window. We didn't check, didn't skate, didn't play hard. It's unacceptable.
Did you take your foot off the gas? I know it's a cliche, but it seemed like that might have been what happened starting in the second.
Yeah, I guess just got too comfortable. You know, they're obviously not going to just roll over, so yeah, it's all on us.
They made a goaltender change. Gibson comes in. Did that make it a little bit tougher on you guys as well? Was he a significant difference?
No, we still got to play. Doesn't matter. No, we got to play.
Great start, and it slipped away. How does a game like that slip away?
I don't even know, honestly. Just stopped playing. We played one of our best periods, I believe, in the first 20 minutes, and then we just got away from it. Stopped checking. We stopped getting above their guys and didn't defend hard enough when it was time to defend. And yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Feeling maybe a little bit too good about yourself after first period, maybe, as a team?
Yeah, maybe. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know. We're going to have to address that tomorrow as a team. We talk a lot about learning throughout this year and figuring out the process of becoming a better team in this league. And seems like we take a good game and then take a step back recently. It's kind of been a trend of our team. So, again, we're going to have to address that tomorrow and make sure we come back harder next game.
Why have second periods been so difficult this year? This isn't the first time you guys have struggled in the second. I know the defensive zone is further from the bench. That can be tricky sometimes, but why is that such an issue, or why has it been so bad this year?
Well, we have systems to take into account that we're farther for a change, right? We have some ways to change so that we can stay responsible defensively. With that being said, sometimes there's things about your team that they just go the way they go. There's no logical explanation. It just seems like for some reason, sometimes it's the third, sometimes the second, sometimes the first. It always seems to be a period that's never as good on your team, and it changes from year to year. So, maybe it's a change, maybe it's something else. I don't know. It's tough to explain some of these things.
You didn't like the way you guys played after the first. Did they change how they played after the first, or did they change goalies? Did they get a lift from that as well?
Yeah, that can always change the momentum. I want to give them a little bit of credit because they did play better, but we let them come back. I think this loss is on us. We just let the door wide open and let them come back in this game, and to me, and I think to us as a team, that's unacceptable.
Is a loss like that tougher when you have control of a game after the first period?
Yeah, that was a situation we haven't been in much this year. A lead early and that big of a lead, and just stepped off the gas pedal, from what I can tell. So, that's some things we're going to have to address as a team and learn from it. And I said this a little earlier, but we're a young team. We're learning how to win in this league, and it's part of the process, but it's unacceptable.
Have control of things in the first period there after the first period, but what got away from you after that?
Yeah, I think we just got away from our game there, and obviously this one's really frustrating, but got to take what we can from it and learn from it. There's not too many games this year where we have a 3-0 lead, so that's something new to us. It's not an excuse, but we got to find a way to play with a lead, and especially at home.
Does that add to the sting of it, the fact that you were up 3-0?
Yeah, we played a great first period, and then come out in second and give them one right away, and then give them a chance and give them some momentum, which is tough. But credit to them. But I think we beat ourselves tonight. It's just it's a frustrating one.
And you knew they would push in the second, and they had a goaltending change on top of all of that. Did that give them a boost right off the jump in the second?
Yeah, I think so. I think at the end of the day, we got to use this as a learning opportunity to grow, and obviously it happened tonight, and we can't let it happen again.
Nick, I know everybody's saying that the goaltending change, not that big a deal. It's still on you guys, but John Gibson, he is a starting guy. He's a number one in this league. It seemed like everything was going in easy in the first period. Was it about, from your standpoint, you guys just didn't make the adjustments to change and find those second and third opportunities? You didn't need them in the first, but against Gibson you did.
Yeah, well, obviously he played a played a good second and third period, and I think just looking back at us, we see what worked for us in the first period is getting pucks deep, tracking guys, just being simple with the puck, and I think we got away from that as a group a little bit in the second and in the third too, which obviously gave them more momentum. So, like I said, something we have to learn from and something we have to figure out.
It's a longer change in the second period here at home, but is there a reason your second periods have been so tough that you can?
Our second period's been
find-
better lately, actually. Tonight, I didn't like it. It wasn't like they peppered us tonight. You know, the chances were 5-3. It's just the easy offense we gave them. You know, that the stiffness that we had in the first, the way that we came so hard in the first. You know, we were reloading, we were forward checking, we were doing so many good things. And so you got to do it again. And you know they're going to have a response. But the next goal is real big. It's crucial. And to give them that life right away in the period, it puts you on your heels. And it doesn't have to if you can grab it, but it did.
I was just going to say, building on that, the third one has obviously scored late in the second as well to tie it up. Do you feel like that kind of carried over to start of the third as well?
No, I mean it's an even game. You know what I mean? We were pretty good in the first. They were good in the second. So you got a period to gather yourself. You can't hang your head and pout about it. You got to go and play. And you know they get the fourth one and that put us on our heels. I think more in the third.
Recently, you were talking about how guys who are out of the lineup a long time, obviously going to have some rust to shake off a little bit. Blankenberg is one of those guys. Do you feel like he's each time he goes out there, he's starting to get back to the level that we're used to seeing him play?
Yeah, and I think it's the game conditioning. It's hard to catch up on. You see he's a competitive kid. He hammers a guy right along the bench here and scores a goal, and he's a tenacious player, and he requires a lot of energy the way he plays. So I think as more games come, he'll get better.
Brad, a couple guys in the room mentioned, and I think you mentioned in Detroit too, learning to play with a lead and learning to protect it. Is that part of the process there? Is this team hasn't been in this situation very much?
You don't want to learn to protect it. You want to learn to keep playing with it, and that it's, again, just the way you give up that first goal, nothing's going on. I mean, it's a rim out, it's a bad chip, they come back, and it's a 2-on-1, it's in your net. So you just don't want to give other teams life. That's the big thing. You managing the game and continuing what you're doing, and you don't get many first periods like that, where it seems like all four lines were rolling, weren't even matching. It was just they had a good rhythm, and we got rewarded for the good work you're putting in. So now they get one, and you got to find a way to get it back. That's the learning process. It's keep it at 3-1. That's fine. Really push for the fourth goal, but do it the right way. Do how you're doing it, and it's probably going to get harder because they're gonna tighten up. They're going to get a little bit better. They're talking too in the other room, trying to improve on what they were doing, and couldn't do that tonight.
Looked like Patrick Laine wasn't on the ice for about a 5-minute period there in the third, right before the power play.
Where is that? Which part?
Like right before Johnny drew the penalty.
I switched them up on lines. If maybe that's what you were seeing. I'm not sure.
All right.
Well, I'm not trying to
No,
stop you.
just 'cause I was looking
I'm
at
trying to think. I haven't. I am not.
I was
gonna
looking
go
at
by.
the shift report, and it said I
Sure.
think his last shift was 11 or 14:53 left in the period. So it just looked to me like he wasn't on the ice. If there's something you may not have liked in his game.
Well, I'd have to look at it. I haven't looked at it as close as you. I did switch up on the lines there. There might have been a penalty kill in there too. I'm not exactly sure. Again, I don't know which part of the game, so I can't really. Puck management wasn't as great tonight for him on my end. I think he's got a much better game, and as far as that goes, he's, you come off a 16 shot attempt performance and 10 on net, and I don't know if he had a shot on goal tonight. So we got to meet in the middle somewhere, right? And the puck management is something that we're continuing to work on.
With Olivier, he went through that illness back in December, I believe. He's out 3 games. It's a pretty serious deal.
Yeah.
Since he came back, did you feel like it was kind of a struggle for him to kind of get to the level that he was at before that? And how nice was it to see him kind of tonight do the things that he was doing earlier?
Yeah, I think you like to see him get rewards. Great shot, and then he gets in a tussle there, and we know how tough he is, and did a fantastic job in there. So those are the things that he has a role, and he's very good at it. So when he went through some stuff there with the illness, and it does take time. What he was going through, it lingered for a while, a lot longer than he had hoped. So yeah, it takes time to get your energy back.